Today on Science Station, we're going to be making a water balloon explosion. So sit back and enjoy. All right, welcome back. Well, it's March, and the big idea this month is forgiveness. It's deciding that someone who has wronged you doesn't have to pay. The animal is a salamander, and the color is green. But today, I thought it'd be kind of fun to teach you a little experiment to do maybe in April. In fact, maybe on April 1st, April Fool's Day. Now, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a 2-liter, a simple balloon. I chose green because that is this month's color of the month. And, of course, a pitcher of water. Now, here's how this is going to work. All you have to do is simply put the balloon inside the 2-liter bottle, take the top of it, wrap it around the top, like so, and then blow it up. Go ahead, try. Okay, if you're trying, you might be having a hard time because even though this bottle looks empty, it's actually completely full of air. Air is all around you, and it is filling this bottle up right now. So if you want to blow up this balloon, you're going to have to poke a small hole in the side of the bottle just like this. You can use a pen or a pencil, maybe even a pair of scissors. You want to make sure it's pretty small so that someone doesn't notice. Then what you do, blow up the balloon. The cool thing is if you take your finger and cover that hole up, the balloon won't deflate, which is kind of fun. Now, if you want to go one step farther for our water balloon explosion, simply take a piece of tape and cover that hole up. Then the fun thing is you can actually fill your balloon with water. You have a water balloon inside of a bottle. It's pretty cool. Now, if you want to, you can take the top of the balloon off the bottle, tie it up, and mesmerize your friends with how you got a water balloon into that small little hole without it exploding. Or if you want to have a lot of fun, all you have to do, put a do not remove sign on this piece of tape. And if your home is anything like the Big Idea Experience headquarters, somebody is going to have to remove it. And it makes a big mess. Check it out. Do not remove? That looks tempting. Ah! Hey, who did that? Come on! Okay, so now that I think about it, maybe doing the water balloon explosion at home isn't the best idea. In fact, if you did do it at home like I did it here, you might have to ask for this month's big idea, which is forgiveness. It's deciding that someone who's wronged you doesn't have to pay, which if you totally soak someone, that's not very good. But I tell you what, the reason why I like this experiment is because it does help me remember the big idea of forgiveness, deciding that someone who has wronged you doesn't have to pay. You know, if you picture this balloon is you. The balloon has a lot of potential, right? I mean, it's made to be blown up. But if you put it inside of this bottle and try to blow it up without poking a hole in it, it'll never realize its full potential. Same is true with you. I mean, if you go through life not forgiving other people, you'll never maximize your potential. Not to mention the fact that it's really not the smart decision and it's not treating others right. See, sometimes we think that when we forgive someone for doing something wrong, even if they don't ask for forgiveness, it's almost like we're saying what they did is okay, but that's not actually true. You see, I like to think about forgiveness this way. A man named Nelson Mandela once said,
Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies.
Resentment's kind of a big word, but what he's trying to tell us is when we refuse to forgive someone, even though we feel like they should pay, we're the one that ends up paying the price. Because forgiveness is about letting go and realizing that you can move on. Now, this doesn't mean that you approve of what they did. Like, for instance, if someone's calling you a name on the playground, forgiveness means that you don't call them a name back, and you decide that they don't have to pay for what they did wrong. Doesn't mean that you don't tell anyone. You can for sure tell a teacher or tell an adult that you trust. But when you practice forgiveness, you realize that it's not your job to make sure that they pay. Forgiveness is deciding someone who's wronged you doesn't have to pay, which is kind of like our balloon when the hole is poked inside the bottle. You see, even though you can't see resentment, and even though if you hold a grudge, when someone looks at you, they can't tell, it does keep you from maximizing your full potential. Just like the invisible air inside this bottle keeps the balloon from maximizing its potential and blowing up like it should. When we poke the hole in there, That's like forgiveness. It's allowing us to get rid of those things that hold us back. Get rid of the feelings of resentment or the feelings of anger or sadness. When we do that, we maximize our full potential. And here's the cool thing. When it comes to forgiveness, just like we covered up the hole so air couldn't get back in, when you forgive someone, that's it. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to earn it. They don't have to come back and keep saying sorry. You keep that air from getting back in the bottle, just like you keep the feelings of resentment or anger or payback that you have from coming back into your life. That's what forgiveness does inside of you. And when we do that, it changes the world around us. Not only are we treating others right, but when we do that, we maximize our own potential.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this awesome Big Idea Experience video. If you want to see our newest Big Idea videos, make sure you click on the buttons to the side. You can also subscribe to our channel so you're the first to know when we post a new video. And of course, you can check out our Facebook page for even more ways to share this month's Big Idea.